Welcome to another AMA with Kadena Ecosystem. In this episode, we will be speaking with the team from Kadena Mining Club. This conversation was recorded on May 26, 2023, live on Twitter Spaces. The views and expressions in this AMA do not represent the views of Kadena Ecosystem directly and are not to be considered as financial advice. Please make sure to do your own research on the projects presented. Also, make sure to follow and subscribe to our account to be alerted of new uploads. Now let's get started. Enjoy. Welcome everyone to another AMA with Kadena Ecosystem. Today we have back with us Kadena Mining Club. They are the big dogs in the Kadena Ecosystem space, and they are always up to lots of really cool stuff. So why don't we just start with the basic kind of intro. I'm sure you've probably got this right down packed and memorized, a little elevator pitch for Kadena Mining Club, and then we'll go from there. So take it away, Matthew.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. Kadena Mining Club, I think, a lot of us know we have, the great, beautiful NFTs. We have the amazing mining power. The most cost-efficient method of mining Kadena on the market right now is actually Kadena Mining Club NFT. But we're more about the art. We're more about, we're more than just the mining power. We're really doing our best. And, you guys are doing a fantastic job as well with Kadena Ecosystem. I know we're always fighting to be the number one. On the Lunar Crush ratings, who's the most influential page on Kadena, and we're both pushing forward to try to, reach out to new people and get them interested and excited about this blockchain. So we're really just a fantastic community of miners that's all coming together on the number one proof of work blockchain in the world with the opportunity to scale. And we're really going to continue improving and working towards that community and that club aspect, and really continue on delivering with our mission for mining for all. And what's coming next is going to be far beyond everything we've done so far with KMC and our fractionalized NFTs. If you're just jumping on, you don't know much about our product. Our NFTs are connected directly to Bitmain KA3 miners, allowing you to earn all the rewards of mining with the most powerful Kadena miner in the world, without having to host the miner in your home. We have beautiful artwork attached to each of those NFTs, and of course, beyond that, we have the club. We have the community aspect. So if you're interested in mining, if you don't know much about it, come check us out. The link is in our bio for all of the links, from our Discord to our marketplace. Come join the community. Come learn about what mining is. Come learn about what makes proof of work in Kadena so important. And we're going to be happy to help you from, we can help you from, what is Kadena, all the way into a lot more complex discussions about what makes Kadena, the blockchain to be building on. Kadena Mining Club, all about Kadena, all about mining, all about the community, all about the club. That's what Kadena Mining Club is all about.
Now, speaking of these miners, for you guys that haven't seen, you can click on their profile here. They have pinned at the top a video showing the miners. And just a little warning, it's a loud video. Those miners are not quiet machines. But I would love to hear a little bit about the infrastructure and stuff, because a lot of people, when they hear about mining and stuff, and if they have any experience with mining with these ASIC machines, know that it takes quite a bit to run infrastructure and to set up these miners. And you guys seem to have a very awesome setup there. You have over 200 miners running right now. When you were building out your infrastructure, what did you guys find were the hardest things to do, or any kind of issues that you had along the way when it came to setting up such an extensive mining system?
Yeah, that's a great question, Chris. And so we're hosting over 260 miners right now. Of course, 180 of them are for the NFT collection. We're going to add another, 36, I believe, to get to the next, 3.6 terahash to finish us off whenever Bitmain decides to send us more miners. But we have over 260 miners running in that farm right now, which is we're getting close to 1 megawatt of power, and 1 megawatt of power can power about 1,000 homes. So we're really using a lot of energy right here. And to be honest, Chris, we are a pretty young team. We've never, had a giant mining operation like this before. And rather than, going through the effort and the trials and the tribulations of doing everything ourselves from scratch, we decided to go with a very experienced partner who's been doing this for over 6 years to really take care of the day-to-day pieces of the mining operation. It takes a lot of stress away from our team and allows our team to continue focusing on, marketing our product, developing our product from, the software side, building new and exciting technologies. And it's really just meant to make things easier for us. Now, the biggest problem I would say for our infrastructure situation was if, you've been around with Kadena Mining Club since the very beginning, we minted back in August. We were supposed to have, 220 gold shell KD Max running for the NFT collection. But then Bitmain came onto the scene and we had to switch things up. And, with that Bitmain situation, there was, we were supposed to get the miners in December, then they didn't show up until March. So, that situation with kind of locking down a really good mining farm and like having them just wait for months isn't really it's not really possible. It's like when these farms are built, they want to get miners filled. They want to get them running as quickly as they possibly can. So the mining farm we have now is fantastic, a really professional team, but unfortunately it's not the one that we thought we were going to have in the beginning, where we would be paying a little bit cheaper electricity rates and there'd be a little less curtailment. If you've been around with us, the miners have to shut down, every so often, 1 or 2 times a week. We had a bit of a situation last week. It was just kind of bad luck where the team was upgrading the farm for the summer. So the miners were offline for about a day. And then the very next day, there was a really, really severe weather in the area that knocked the entire power grid out of the entire town. So we were down for, it wasn't a full 2 days, but it's never fun when the miners are offline, especially when we're mining about 3,000 Kadena a day for our customers. It's always frustrating when things turn off, but at the end of the day, that's just what mining is, you guys. It's one of those things that we're learning a lot as we go as well, and it's not as simple as just plugging in 180 machines and then you're done. Like there's so much more that goes into it, and working through issues with the machines. They're a new unit, so we're working through some issues with them. Maybe not. They're not all working as much as we wanted them to, but at the same time, we're making sure that all of our customers' miners were on. So what? Our company doesn't have as many K3s running as we thought we would because the machines are breaking. But we're making sure all of our customer miners are working all the time, and if they are broken, we're moving our company's miners over to make sure our customers are getting all the hash rate that they're supposed to. So it's a lot of work, but incredibly rewarding, and we're just going to keep getting bigger from here, Chris.
Well, you definitely made the right decision of waiting out for the ASIC miners from Bitmain as opposed to going with the KD box miners, just because, if you would have pulled that trigger prematurely on the KD box miners and not waited, you'd be sitting on a whole bunch of paperweights right now, pretty much, and that would not be good for anyone, for any real purposes. But the one thing I really did love, now, just out of curiosity, kind of for my own curiosity, I remember you guys had those really cool branded KMC miners from Gold Shell. You got any of those kicking around in the office still?
Yeah, we have a couple of them. There were 114 of those box miners produced. We still have a couple. We're holding on to a couple, but they are out in the ecosystem. I saw one on eBay a couple of months ago. Someone was trying to sell it on eBay, which I thought was pretty cool, I guess. But nothing to say in terms of maybe a Bitmain branded KMC miner. We don't have anything along those lines of being in the works. But to that point of, if we went with the Gold Shell with the KD Max, we were just hanging out with Bitmain in Miami, and I was having a conversation with one of their fantastic team members, and we were joking about that same exact thing. Like it's a good thing Bitmain rolled around when they did, because if we were rocking and rolling with the KD Max, it would not be good. It would not be good at the moment. We'll leave it at that. I mean, I suppose like if we had the KD Max and Bitmain never came around, things would be all right. But the KA3 really put pretty much all the other miners out of business. But we do believe that once the next bull run picks up again, I think there's going to be opportunities for the KD Max, for the KD6 to maybe come out of the woodwork and be profitable again at the right electricity rate. And that's what we're really pushing on over the next couple months and into 2024 is how do we reduce our electric rate and how do we pass these really low electricity prices along to Kadena Mining Club community members, the rest of the Kadena ecosystem, and of course bring more people onto Kadena. So really, really exciting stuff in terms of getting a lower energy rate into next year. It's not like there's nothing in writing yet, but if we can pull this off, it's gonna change the game of mining forever.
Yeah, it's definitely energy cost is definitely the breaking point when it comes to mining profitability. Because even like, for example, say you live somewhere where you don't pay anything for electricity. Say you have a house that has complete solar or complete thermal energy. There's lots of different options now for your home. Running a KD Max or something like that, yeah, you're not going to be mining as much nowadays, but it's still, if you're not paying for the electricity, there is still profit to be made in those older generational miners.
Yeah, and one thing to consider is even if you have your whole roof of your house fitted out with solar panels, I mean, you're maybe powering like one KD Max, you're maybe powering one Bitmain K8.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have a farm.
Yeah, you could maybe power one miner with a full roof of solar panels. And one thing that's really one thing that really stands out to me is that if you look at what is the average cost of electricity around the world, and specifically focusing on like first world nations like the United States, like Germany, where most of our customer base is from, and where most of the crypto ecosystem is located. The average cost of electricity in first world countries is about 16 cents per kilowatt hour. So what is 16 cents per kilowatt? What does that actually mean? That means you're going to be paying about $385 per month just to run an ASIC at 16 cents per kilowatt hour. And there are very few ASICs on the market today that make over $385. You can't mine Bitcoin at that price. You can mine Kadena if you have a K3, but you're going to be selling a lot of Kadena in order to cover those electric costs, and you can maybe get away with mining Litecoin and Dogecoin as well. So it's you can't mine at these prices. So when you're talking about when you get an industrial rate, let's just say we're able to cut that in half. Let's just say 8 cents per kilowatt hour. You're dropping your electric costs in half. You're dropping your electric costs to less than $200 a month. But still, even so, at $200 a month, there's not that many Bitcoin mining machines that are all too profitable. When you're considering those expenses. So the number that we're really looking to get to is around 4 cents per kilowatt hour, which would mean $100 per machine per month in terms of expenses. And then once we're able to do that, it opens up the door for everybody to really start mining more effectively. A 75% reduction compared to residential electric costs. And this is what we're aiming to deliver next year, and in a really fair manner, in a manner that makes sense for everybody involved. No profit sharing bullshit. We're not taking 80% of your rewards to give you to give you that energy rate. Like, we really want to give our customers that energy rate. And again, it's not confirmed, but if we can pull this off, it's going to change the mining game forever for everybody. It's really going to be spectacular.
Well, let's get into what's the next kind of step in the evolution of KMC, and that is your tech lab. For people who may not know what the tech lab is all about, if you want to just kind of give a brief description about that and what progress is being made there.
Yeah, absolutely. So the tech lab is all about leveraging immersion cooling technology to add increased hash rate to the NFTs. And beyond that, we will be changing the art on all of the NFTs. So if you choose to upgrade your NFT, you'll get brand new art associated with it that, it fits in with immersion cooling, right? So all the traits are going to have immersion themed, water themed. It's so cool. I mean, as we did with our first collection, our artists are working until the very, last deadline before we launch to make sure all the traits are perfect, adding in additional traits up until the last moment. And our lead artist, has showed me pretty much not all the traits, but I've seen pretty much all the traits now. And it is going to be it's going to be spectacular. I mean, we're really going to take the art to the next level and beyond as well. Our creative team has been doing a lot of research into what makes other PFP projects that don't really have any utility, what makes them so successful, what makes people willing to, I guess maybe not spend the extra dollar, but for us more so, it's how do we convince people to, have that final push over into coming to Kadena? What's that final thing in drawing them in that makes them be willing to go through the cross-chain transfer or swapping from ETH or Bitcoin to Kadena? So we really think we're going to be able to make some progress there on the artistic side as well. But I think, a lot of people are probably interested in the mining power. And as we did with the first collection, being the most cost-efficient method of mining Kadena, we're also really going to get this the pricing for this next collection to a point where it really makes sense. And once again, it is the most competitive way that you can mine Kadena. And we are having a lot of success on the immersion side. So how do we get more rewards? How do we, what makes immersion cooling effective? What makes it, how are we able to leverage immersion cooling to offer this really amazing cost-efficient product? And that's because if you immersion cool the miners, it is more expensive up front than just plugging them in on air. There's a lot more upfront expenses that go into it. But once you get the miners immersed, you can reduce the amount of energy the miners consume. And we're talking by over 10%. So you can reduce the energy the miner consumes by over 10%, which is absolutely spectacular. You also greatly reduce the amount of heat, the amount of waste heat that the miner produces, which means you're able to put more energy into the miner to get more hash rate. So I don't want to say exactly what hash rate we're cooking with on the KA3 at the moment in the immersion tank, but let's just say we're well over 200, and it looks like we can have some more room to go. So the Tech Lab collection, improved art, really amazing immersion cooled themed art, and also, more mining power powered by immersion cooled KA3s. And then finally, beyond that, we're really developing a really cool interactive and engaging experience for our customers. So it's not just as simple as just, you mint an NFT and that's it. There's going to be a lot of interaction involved with it in the upgrading process. And we're really trying to give everyone the feeling that, they have some, like you're doing something, like you're actually taking part in the process of our team dunking the miners and going through everything. We're really trying to invite everybody into this experience with us so we can all experience what it's like and we can all learn and grow through this process together.
Now, when you say upgrade, does that mean that the existing KMC NFTs that are already out there in the wild, that people are going to be just kind of upgrading those to increase their hashing power? Or is it going to be like they have to mint a whole new NFT and they keep their originals?
Yes, that's a great question. So right now we have the Gen 1 KMC miners. What we're going to be selling here within the next month or so, it's called vial of immersion fluid. So you're actually minting like the immersion fluid that you're going to use on your miner. And that's exactly what the interactive experience entails, is you'll come onto our website, come into our Tech Lab page, and you'll have the opportunity to use the immersion fluid with your miners. You'll be able to pick which of the miners you want to use it on. You'll be able to upgrade them all at once. You can select if you want to maybe not upgrade some. Because once you use the immersion fluid on your miner, the original artwork is going to go away. Maybe it'll come back in the future. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But as it stands right now, your art is going to be upgraded. So, if you're a KMC NFT holder, you might have some NFTs that you like. Maybe you don't want to upgrade them all. Maybe you just want to upgrade a select few. But I really think once the upgrading starts, once people start getting into the experience, maybe recording it, posting it on Twitter, just showing how awesome it is when the new traits start getting revealed, I think everybody is going to want to start upgrading their NFTs. I really do.
So it's almost akin to like a breeding thing where that's something that people kind of know in the NFT space of taking kind of two NFTs and putting them together to create something new.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to think about it. We like to think of how the Bored Apes released their Mutant Ape collection. Now, of course, the Bored Apes, there's no utility behind it. It's just the Bored Apes. So what they did was they airdropped the serums, they called it, to all their holders, basically for free. And then the Bored Ape Yacht Club holders were able to use that serum on the original Bored Ape to get the mutant Bored Ape. Now, we'd love to give it away for free, but unlike with the Bored Apes, there's actually a real physical asset that costs a lot of money tied behind our products. So we do have to charge for it. But again, we're really going to be coming in at a good price.
Now, in a sense, would this kind of make your Gen 1 NFTs deflationary?
I don't know if deflationary is the right word, but yeah, I would imagine that we're going to have more people upgrade their NFTs than we have of people that just choose not to upgrade their NFTs. So you could consider that all of the art traits, especially the rare art traits in the current NFT collection, if you just choose to hold on to a couple of them, in regards to the collectible value, who knows where that might take you? That's all just speculation.
Well, it all sounds very exciting, and definitely sounds like something people will most likely be jumping at the chance to get, because why would you not want to kind of increase the value of your NFTs by going through this whole process? And if from the kind of sneak peeks that I've seen of the upcoming traits and the upcoming art for the new collection, you could say, definitely is going to be an improvement, even though the art you already have is amazing either way. So it's definitely something that I definitely see a lot of people will be jumping at and trying to get into, for sure. Now, when it comes to people actually being able to get involved with the tech lab, is there anything that people have to do, and is there any kind of benefits that existing, say, founder pass holders or Gen 1 holders will have versus people who are just kind of getting in now?
That's a great question, Chris. And one thing I want to touch on before that is beyond the mining power, beyond the art, beyond the engaging and interactive experience that we're developing, we're going to be building a story around this new collection as well. So you can be prepared for the legendary NFTs. They're all going to have a story behind them. And we're really going to be building this kind of entire miner universe with this next collection. We're talking, maybe comic books, all this cool stuff. So we're really going to take everything to the next level as much as we can. Now, how can you get involved with the Tech Lab? If you've been with KMC since the beginning, we had our original KD8 Be Great campaign that we used in order to drive engagement for our first collection. We have something similar going on at the moment. We're calling it our Into the Lab campaign, where you can participate in a variety of events, contests. We had trivia. We have all types of really fun games. Smash Carts. Everybody loves Smash Carts. We're always playing Smash Carts in our Discord. And all of these events, you can basically earn experience for participating. And in earning experience, you're able to increase your Discord rank. In our Discord, you're able to rank up, increase your level. And when you increase your level, you, of course, can mint more of these Tech Lab NFTs at the whitelist price, which is going to be coming in, really good, under $100. So if you have a whitelist spot for this Tech Lab mint, you're going to be doing great. So definitely come over to our Discord. The channel is called Into the Lab. There's a ton of really great information in there, and that's the best way that you can get engaged as we get closer to our technology lab mint. For our Founders Pass holders, each Founders Pass NFT will be airdropped an immersion vial on a one-to-one basis. So if you have a Founders Pass, you'll be getting an immersion vial. We'll be airdropping 420 of those. Now, I just quick disclaimer, moving forward, it's going to be on a 2-to-1 basis. So you got to own 2 Founders Passes for every free airdrop that you get from our next collections. And that's how it's always been. We haven't changed that. That's how we advertised it in the beginning. So I just want to make that point very clear. The way the mint is going to work this time is we're going to have 24 hours for our whitelist members to mint your NFT at that really great whitelist price. Once the whitelist mint is done after 24 hours, we're going to be opening up for all Kadena Mining Club NFT holders, and all the KMC NFT holders are going to have about a week to mint your vial. After that week, we're going to open the collection for anyone to buy, including members of the public who may not own a KMC NFT. Does it make sense for the public to purchase the vials if they don't have a Gen 1 miner? Maybe not really, but we're going to open it up and we're going to give everyone the chance to get in, because there are a few secrets, there are a few mysteries that we're not going to reveal until mint day. But it's going to be a really, really exciting mint day. I think it's going to be a really spectacular party. And if you remember what happened to KMC for our first mint all the way back in August, leading up into our phase 2 mint, we were doing AMAs with the Ape List from the Bored Ape Yacht Club, with TBD, with all of these really big cross-chain ecosystems. We were getting everybody interested in Kadena. And then what happened? The blockchain, I guess, upgraded and all the nodes went down. People couldn't withdraw Kadena from Binance. They couldn't withdraw it from KuCoin. It was like the whole chain shut down. But we still pushed through. We still did our mint. We still got it done. And we're going to be pushing forward just as hard as we did with the last one for this one. Hopefully the blockchain stays working this time. And I can't wait for mint day. I really can't.
Speaking of minting and cross-chain and stuff, will this upcoming mint have the same options that you had previously of people being able to mint with Ethereum or with a credit card? Because I feel like that really opens up even more gates, especially the credit card option, for people to be able to get involved. And I feel like that's kind of something that needs to also continue through.
Yeah, for sure. We absolutely are going to be helping cross-chain users mint our collection. And honestly, for all you guys, for all you men and women who are on this call, especially if you're a Kadena Maxi and you're considering buying these Tech Lab NFTs, maybe buy it with Ethereum. I know it's not the right thing that you want. Maybe it's not the best thing to say or the best thing to hear, but when you are purchasing the NFT with Ethereum, what you're doing is you're reducing the amount of sell pressure that Kadena has, because, Bitmain, as much as I bother them, they don't seem to want to accept Kadena as a payment method at the moment. So we do have to sell the Kadena in order to buy the miners. So Ethereum has more liquidity. And, again, if you're buying your crypto with cash to buy the Tech Lab, maybe consider minting with ETH to make things a little bit easier on us. And, of course, because if we do the Tech Lab mint, we do 10,000 NFTs, like let's just say 100 Kadena each, just for ease of purpose. That's 1 million Kadena that we're going to have to sell. And I don't know if you guys have had to sell, a lot of Kadena before, but unfortunately we have. And it's not fun and it's not easy. So yeah, maybe mint with ETH.
Yeah, plus, people shouldn't be, the way I see it too, Kadena is at a really low point right now, price-wise, and this is not investment advice in any way, but I would not be parting with my Kadena right now. If anything, I'd be adding to my bags as opposed to using it to buy NFTs or using it or selling it in any manner, just because, even if it, the chances of it just at a minimum, doubling from the price it is now is pretty much almost a guarantee. So definitely would be smarter bet to go with some of the other options for sure, and easier for you guys on your end at the final say.
Yeah, we were hoping that there could be a bridge by now. Unfortunately, it's not looking like it'll make it in time for this mint. But there's a lot of cool stuff coming on Kadena, and not financial advice. But as Chris said, at 75 cents, 80 cents, whoo! I mean, it's like, oh man, it's like I. Sometimes I think like, oh man, if I just had like a part-time job, I could be adding, a few hundred Kadena to my bag every week. But I mean, no, it's just you got to keep focusing on building this, and the Kadena will come. But yeah, great opportunities now in the market.
One question that I think everyone wants to know, and because I'm looking right now at the minting site on for KMC, is if one of the best wallets out there, Koala Wallet, is going to be added to that Connect wallet list. I know I, for one, would love to see that.
Yeah, I know that was something. The thing is with Wallet Connect, I know Koala is the only wallet, I believe, at the moment who is making use of Wallet Connect. But really, we'd ideally like to see all the wallets getting on board the new wallet, the new KIP for Koala Wallet, not for Koala Wallet, but for Wallet Connect version 2, because because it makes it so much easier for applications like Kadena Mining Club and other builders to onboard all the wallets. So it's like we can add a Koala, but then every new wallet that comes up, we're just gonna have to add it. But then it's like that's also the Wallet Connect version. So it's like, how big is our list gonna get? So Koala Wallet is the Wallet Connect at the moment. We'd really like to see Echo get over there. I'm not sure if they are, but we don't want a big list. That's all. I mean, we're telling everybody to use Koala, but we can't let that list get to like 20 wallets long if they're all just using if it's the same API call on the back end.
No, I hear you. Yeah, for sure. And definitely that's one of the reasons why us at Eucalyptus Labs work directly with Wallet Connect to build out and push through this KIP and get Kadena to push it through and get Wallet Connect to push it out as in their actual official hubs and everything. So the more wallets, the more dApps, the more everyone that can get on board with this, the quicker possible. Will just make everything easier across the entire ecosystem, not just for Koala Wallet or for KMC, but for everyone in the whole space. It's just getting people on board is kind of the thing you have to fight against. Everyone's really busy building. Everyone's doing stuff in the background. But this is definitely something that we definitely feel people should get involved with, because it just will bring everything into a nice, tight chain web mesh that everyone is on the same page, working together, can communicate easily. And you like you already said, you guys have already implemented the new KIP standards for your Wallet Connect, so you're already on board, and hopefully more people will see that if the big dogs are doing it, there's no reason the little dogs can't.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. We're in communication with a lot of other builders, and I don't want to say too much, but there might be a little merger happening here in the next few weeks. Not official, but we're talking with another project, seeing if we can work together to make things easier for both of us. Because at the end of the day, if we're both building the same product, we're both pretty small teams, and we're just going to end up competing with each other at the end of the day. So why not combine our resources and get it done quicker? But when we're talking to these, they're really talented builders. These people are great programmers. They have great ideas. But something as simple as adding different connectivities for wallets, it's that takes time. That takes someone's time when they could be building something to improve their application rather than just messing around with wallets. I don't mean to say messing around with wallets. Maybe that's not the right way to say it, but we got to get everybody on Wallet Connect. We got to get everybody using the same standards, so there can be more interoperability.
Definitely. That's something that like a year ago was one of the major problems with Kadena was the lack of set standards across the board. But we're people are getting stuff done. Developers are working hard to get these standards set in place. Wallet Connect being one of the largest, in my opinion, one of the most important ones out there. Because it just makes it so that everything can communicate across the board, for no matter what DApp you use or what wallet you use. That Wallet Connect standard is specific, and that's something that's been, as long as I've been in crypto, Wallet Connect's been around, is pretty much the standard for all protocols and all blockchains out there. So, it's definitely the one that most people need to get upon. Now, why don't we just, we've kind of covered Tech Lab and the next upcoming thing. You guys have your hands in lots of different pots right now. One of the other things you guys work on is your Builders Club. Can we maybe get a little update about what's been going on with the Builders Club? Because that seems to be another awesome facet of the Kadena Mining Club.
Yeah, absolutely. So things are moving a bit, admittedly, things are moving a bit slow on the Kadena Builders Club side. We really got to put some more time and more energy into making this what it really can be. So outside of, I'm just going to do a quick update on how much Kadena is in that wallet at the moment. But outside of that, not much updates to share. But, what are we at? Come on, Cadify. I believe we're over 8,000 Kadena. Maybe a little bit. So we're just under 8,000 Kadena in our Kadena Builders Club wallet. And if you want to go over to the Kadena Builders Club Twitter account, the pinned tweet includes the live wallet tracker, so you can see how much Kadena is in there. And all the Kadena in there is reserved for new builders that are going to be building on the Kadena blockchain. I think right now at 75 cents, we probably don't want to sell too much Kadena. I mean, it's only $5,800 at this point. So how much building can you really get done with that? But we are adding more Kadena to the wallet every day. All of the Kadena Mining Club NFT miners that are offline, all of that are not turned on, all of those rewards get directed towards the Kadena Builders Club wallet. So we're constantly adding to this wallet every day. And we hope to have some updates on what's going on with that here shortly.
Awesome. Now, one more thing that you guys have your foot in is something called block mining. You guys have an AMA coming up tomorrow with a partner that has partnered up with block mining, which is BNFT. Maybe for people that don't know what block mining is, maybe you can discuss a little bit about what that involves, and maybe talk about the really awesome swag that you guys are putting out through block mining, because I've been seeing lots of people with their Wag Me shirts and lots of really cool pictures of people in your community sporting their swag and showing their love for Kadena Mining Club. And really love the Wag Me shirts and all the really cool, like the mugs and all the stuff that you guys have in the shop. So maybe just a quick rundown about block mining and that side of the operations.
Yeah, great question, Chris. You're always on it. I appreciate you. Yeah, so first thing, we have a Twitter space tomorrow with the BNFT Solutions team. Really awesome guys, really professional team. They've accomplished a lot in their lives. This isn't the first project that they've built. They've kind of stormed onto the scene, maybe as we did last fall. They stormed onto the scene, sold out, a collection in this really deep bear market. They're doing a lot of really cool stuff with artificial intelligence. We're going to be helping them with their artificial intelligence learning platform, helping them educate new users on mining. So we're really looking forward to that. BNFT, they have bought some Bitcoin miners from us, and all of the Bitcoin mining rewards that are generated by the miners they purchased are being directly donated to the United Nations. And you can see the live tracker of how that's going on BNFT's website. We'll be talking about that more tomorrow. So definitely tune into that Twitter space with BNFT tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to be announcing there's a really cool alpha announcement coming out tomorrow with them. So really excited for that. To touch on the Kadena Mining Club merch at the moment, we just had our limited edition release of the WagMe shirt. You can find the WagMe shirt spread across 279 NFTs in our first collection. So we had 279 WagMe shirts produced. We've now sold / given away just over 200 shirts. We hooked a lot of the Bitmain team up with WAGMI shirts. They really loved them. And we have a ton of other KMC merchandise available on our blockminingusa.com store, from really cool logos that Way, our artist, has designed, to customizable merchandise where you can have your very own NFT on a t-shirt, sweatshirt, mug, whatever you like. Now to touch on block mining, so Kadena Mining Club, our mission has always been mining for all, and we did that with our fractionalized NFT collection on the Kadena blockchain, allowing everybody to mine Kadena, and we're now generating about 3,000 Kadena a day for our customers, which is really just an amazing achievement. So with block mining, what we're aiming to do is to expand on that mission of mining for all, to make any ASIC miner more accessible for residential miners specifically. And what's so cool about what we're doing with block mining is, like I said before, we have maybe 60 miners under block mining at the moment. This summer, we're going to be offering all of our customers the opportunity to turn their NFT into a miner, turn their miner into an NFT. So if you have a Bitcoin miner with us, if you have a Litecoin miner with us, you'll be able to turn that miner into an NFT that's tradable in a marketplace on the Kadena blockchain, which really reduces a lot of the troubles that go into owning an ASIC miner, selling it when you want to. We're really just trying to reduce the trouble that goes into mining for people that want to mine. Now, one thing I'll say for our block mining customers, earlier in the call, we were talking about, how do we get the lowest energy rate ever? We're working on this really amazing project in order to get electricity under 4 cents per kilowatt hour. And what I'd like to announce on this call is that every customer that is currently with us with block mining will have first access to get that sub 4 cent electricity rate if we can get it done. Again, we don't have it signed, we don't have it done, but we're working on it. And if we get it done, all of our block mining customers will have first access to getting that less than 4 cent per kilowatt hour electricity rate. So if you've been on the fence, maybe you want to buy a Bitcoin miner, maybe not, you've been thinking about it, you might want to consider grabbing one. We still have some Bitcoin miners, the newest and best Bitcoin miner from Bitmain, the S19 120 terahash. We have some of those on site. If you'd like to purchase one, we can get that mining for you in around 24 hours is what we aim for. If you want other miners, we can always procure those for you as well. But really, block mining, again, it's just we're trying to keep continuing to fulfill that mission of mining for all and make mining accessible for everyone. So we really can't wait to release this miner marketplace in the summer, NFT people's miners. And when I say NFT people's miners, we're going to be very open in terms of the artwork that you'd like to have on your miner. And I'm 99% sure that we're just going to be giving you the ability to design your own art for your miner NFT. So it's going to be really flexible. It's going to be really fun. And we're really just trying to develop the best mining experience in the world.
You guys going to be hosting any of those $40,000 Caspa miners?
Well, I can't believe the price of those things, to be honest. I know they make $2,000 a day.
That blew my mind. Blew my mind when I saw that. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, I'm on.
Like, that's crazy.
I was, we were thinking about maybe getting some, but I don't think that's going to work for anybody. But I honestly, I think, well, you think from Bitmain's perspective, that's probably what they wanted to do with the KA3. If you look back a year ago when the KD6 was making, $600, the KD5 was making, $500-$600 a day. They did not want to price the KA3 how they priced it. I mean, it did not work out for them. So I'm really surprised they're rolling the dice with the KS3. It's really interesting.
Never know. Time will tell. We'll see if they sell or if they don't. I believe they will. But lots of options out there right now. People can mine Kadena, Bitcoin, Litecoin. There's lots of different miner options out there. And obviously, you guys are going to be providing a service that a lot of people, I think, should really take advantage of, just because of the fact that running these miners and running the systems that's involved with it is not an easy task. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to all I need to do is buy a miner and plug my Ethernet cord and plug it into the wall, and I'm done. And it just sits there and it's going to make me rich. And like, no, that's the bare minimum of the stuff you need to do to run these systems. And there's a lot of costs that come along with running these systems. So, you guys are definitely providing those services that people will need to get the most out of a miner without all of the hassle and taking on the costs themselves of doing this. So definitely lots of progress, definitely lots of things you guys have been working on and improving on over in the past, I guess, over a year now that you guys have been pumping away. And lots of things obviously to come in the future. Now, I was reading through your Discord, and one of the things I saw you talking about was hints of bringing industry to Kadena. Any chance you want to maybe expand on that saying?
Yeah, so I was having a really interesting conversation earlier with some people who are pretty into the ordinal space, the ordinal NFT space, and we're talking about mining on a really large scale, and we've been asked, maybe should Kadena Mining Club run on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is great because it's the first, it was the best, everyone knows Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin has a lot of potential as a store of value. I mean, not financial advice, right? But I think it has it's kind of like digital gold, right? That's kind of what Bitcoin is. But can you really run applications? Can you really run businesses that are going to be processing, I mean, just thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of transactions? Can you really run that effectively on Bitcoin? And the answer is it's probably no. It's probably not. I mean, we've seen 2 weeks ago during the peak of the ordinal craze where the Bitcoin network was congested for what was like 2 days. It was taking transactions to go through. Gas fees were through the roof. And on one hand, for Bitcoin miners, it was great because our profits doubled for a day. But on the other hand, it's like, did that reveal kind of a major flaw in how Bitcoin operates? Maybe, right? Maybe. I mean, I'm not a blockchain expert, but so when you're talking about running an industrial grade application with tens of thousands of moving parts, tens of thousands of contracts operating on the blockchain, you don't want something that is going to cost you 10% or more of the transaction's value in gas. Ideally, it would be 0%. I mean, we get upset because our credit card processing fees are between 2.5%, 3%. I mean, that's just a tax on your business that it's not helping anybody. And blockchain was developed to reduce the reliance on these middlemen, on these credit card companies, on these banks. And Kadena you're able to do it on Kadena. As we know, I don't have to keep rehashing it, but Kadena has built this platform. Will Stewart, with their time at JP Morgan, what did they do? They met with hundreds of businesses, hundreds of enterprises to find out what they really needed in a blockchain. And then they got to work and they started building Kadena. And Kadena was released in 2019, but it wasn't a working product in 2019. I mean, it worked, but it wasn't the final product. There was tons of things that needed to be added onto it. And it's now it's 4 years gone by. We're in 2023, and I think now as we're starting to see the technology, the applications that we need to operate businesses on Kadena, really they're starting to take a foothold. So the thing that we really like to talk about is continuous transactions, the ability to have on-chain service fees in a decentralized manner that allows customers to be able to have recurring payments for things, Netflix subscriptions, Amazon Prime subscriptions. You also think about businesses wanting to conduct things like payroll. You can't do these things on Ethereum. You would need to have a trusted third party, which is not changing anything in regards to the traditional financial system we have now. And you're able to do it with ease of use. Where the customer, they sign one transaction, they agree to a contract to pay X amount every month, and then they can almost forget about it. It's like I don't think personally about when Amazon charges me whatever Prime is up to. I don't know, what is it, like $16 a month now or something? I don't think about that. It just happens. And we're not going to have industrial, commercial, enterprise adoption of a blockchain until we can provide services that actually will allow them to operate their business. And that's what we're building. That's what the whole next year is going to be about after the tech lab. I mean, I say after the tech lab, but we're already working on it. So we're working on it before the tech lab's even launched. So I simply can't wait. This is going to be the largest project, that will be built on Kadena this year, I'm sure. It might be one of the largest projects built on any blockchain this year. The whole team's super excited about it. And again, it's just, we're working really hard, you guys. It's just, things take time.
Well, I know you got me excited. You got, I don't know, for everyone listening, man, there was some really good alpha and everything dropped in this space today. So hopefully everyone got to listen in and hear some of the really awesome news. But if you haven't, make sure you guys always join their Discord. That's where all of this stuff really happens and where you can really keep up to date with everything going on with Kadena Mining Club. So make sure you click on their profile, or even just go to their website. You can go to KadenaMining.club. They got all their links there and everything, links to their marketplace, Discord, Twitter, roadmaps, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you guys go and check that out. But it's always great catching up with you, Matthew. You guys are doing amazing work at KMC, bringing Kadena to the forefront and also bringing it to other networks, other chains, other communities, and just really bringing the whole game up to a whole nother level. And this whole tech lab and the block mining, everything that you guys are building are just going to do nothing but increase the value of the whole Kadena ecosystem. So I know I want to thank you for doing your part in bringing Kadena to light and just bringing us all up. And hopefully everything goes nice and smooth with the tech lab mint. Hopefully you don't have the same kind of holdups and hangups that you had with your original mint, but things seem to be a little bit more stable now on the network. So hopefully that will all work out well. But yeah, this was really great catching up with you. It's really always great talking with you, and you definitely know your stuff and have a very laid out vision of where you want to go and what you want KMC to become. So thanks again for joining us. This has been absolutely great catching up with you today.
Chris, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for hosting us today. And thank you for everybody for taking the time to take an hour out of your day to listen to this call. Just really quickly, I know in the last couple of years, regardless of the price, the ecosystem, the blockchain ecosystem has changed a lot. We went through COVID, everybody was at home, everybody was spending a lot more time online, really looking for a sense of community, a place to fit in. And recently, obviously, things are going back to normal. People are going back to work. People are busy in their day-to-day. People aren't so much as active on Discord and on Twitter as they used to be. And I don't think that's a bad thing, right? I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think that's just a natural progression of things. We're deep in a bear market, but we got to keep building and we got to keep looking towards the future. And that's what we're doing. So again, really appreciate your time, Chris. Thank you everyone for joining. And yeah, just stay tuned with everything KMC has to offer. The Discord is the best place to stay up to date with us. So we'd love to have you in our Discord. If you have any questions about Kadena Mining Club, if you need any help buying one of our NFTs, please drop a chat in our general chat, open a support ticket. If you're interested in buying a Bitcoin miner, Litecoin miner through block mining, and you want that to be turned into an NFT this summer, open a ticket, come talk to us. We are more than happy to help you begin or expand your mining adventure.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. And like he said, make sure you guys follow KMC, follow them on Twitter, join their Discord, get involved, and get ready for all the cool things that they have in store and the future of Kadena and Kadena Mining Club. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and have a great day and take care. That wraps up another amazing AMA. Thank you for listening. Here at KPN, we strive to bring an open platform for projects being built on Kadena to present themselves to the community. Please ensure to do your own research on each project before investing. Also ensure to follow us on all our social media, from Twitter to subscribing to our weekly newsletter, to ensure to keep up to date on everything KDA related. You can find all the links in the description below. Take care.